Imagine the impact a player like Hasten Reddick could bring to the Detroit Lions. A two-time Pro Bowler and a dominant defensive force, he's currently with the New York Jets. But with trade rumors growing, a move seems increasingly likely. Now, what if the Lions were the ideal destination for this big name? Reddick shined with the Philadelphia Eagles before being traded to the Jets, where his tenure has unfortunately been marked by a contract dispute. With both Reddick and the Jets at an impasse, speculation about a trade is only increasing. This is where the Lions could step in as potential suitors. If you're as excited as I am about the future of the Detroit Lions and want to stay updated on every step of this journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Here, you'll find all the latest news, trade rumors, detailed analyses, and more. Leave a like, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and join this passionate fan community ready to see the Lions achieve great things. Let's root together and strengthen the Lions Nation. The Lions are on the rise and have a real shot at reaching the Super Bowl, but they need to bolster their defensive line. Aiden Hutchinson has been a standout, but the team lacks depth in the pass rushing department. Last year, Alla McNeil was the team's second-best pass rusher, but only managed 5 sacks. Clearly, there's room for improvement, and that's exactly what Reddick would bring: 11 sacks and 35 quarterback pressures in 2023 alone. On top of that, the Lions are in an excellent financial position with about $31.6 million in salary cap space. This means they could not only absorb Reddick's contract, but also offer him the long-term deal he's seeking. It's a win-win for both sides. The Lions get an elite defender, and the Jets solve a complicated situation. According to Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report, a possible trade scenario could involve the Lions sending a 2026 third-round pick to the Jets in exchange for Reddick. Sounds fair for everyone, right? Now, imagine Reddick's impact on the Lions. He and Hutchinson would form one of the most feared pass-rushing duos in the NFL. With constant pressure coming from both sides of the line, opposing quarterbacks will be forced into mistakes, creating more turnover opportunities for our secondary. Even better, Reddick's presence would free Hutchinson to play more freely, elevating his game even further. This move could be the missing piece the Lions need to finally take the next step toward greatness. Of course, all of this depends on negotiations, and other teams could get involved, which might complicate the process. But if Reddick does land with the Lions, the impact would be immediate, not just for the defense, but for the entire team. Pairing Reddick with Aiden Hutchinson would create a nightmare for opposing offenses. With 2 elite pass rushers coming off the edges, opponents would be forced to change their game plans, opening up opportunities for our secondary to shine with more interceptions and key defensive plays. It's not just the defense that would benefit, though. With a more solid defensive unit, the Lions' offense would feel the positive effects as well. Jared Goff and the rest of the offense wouldn't be under constant pressure to score on every drive, since the defense would create more opportunities for possession and reduce the time opponents have with the ball. This would also give the Lions' running game, featuring players like David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, more chances to control the pace of the game and wear down opposing defenses. What really puts the Lions in a strong position to pull off a deal like this is the current state of the team. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been building a young, promising roster, and bringing in a veteran talent like Reddick could be the final piece. He wouldn't just bring experience and quality to the defense, but could also serve as a mentor to younger players, helping elevate the entire team. That said, like any NFL negotiation, there are always risks and uncertainties. Other teams may recognize Reddick's value and enter the bidding, which could drive up the trade cost. There's also the question of how he would fit into the Lions' defensive scheme and whether the team would be willing to offer him the long-term contract he desires. However, considering the need for a dominant pass rusher and the favorable cap situation, the Lions are in an excellent position to make this bold move. In the end, adding Hasten Reddick could be the move that defines the Lions' season. We're talking about a team that's been improving every year, and with a reinforcement like this, they could finally make the leap to become legitimate Super Bowl contenders. What do you think, Lions fans? Do you believe Reddick is the missing piece to complete the puzzle and take the team to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for updates on this potential move and all other Detroit Lions news. Let's strengthen this community and keep following our team on the road to glory. As a passionate Lions fan myself, I have to say that the possibility of Hasten Reddick joining our defense gets me really excited. Our defensive line already has potential with Aiden Hutchinson, but adding someone like Reddick would raise the level of the entire unit. He's an elite pass rusher, And just imagine the nightmare it would be for opposing quarterbacks to face Hutchinson on one side and Reddick on the other. That kind of pressure would make any offense think twice. Our defense has been improving, but we still need more consistency in getting to the quarterback. Last year, we relied too much on Hutchinson, and we know one player can't carry the entire load. Reddick would be the missing piece to form a complete defense, taking some of the pressure off our young pass rusher and allowing him to play even more freely. As a fan, I can't help but think about the overall impact this would have on our season. We're on the verge of something big. The team has already shown it has the talent, especially on offense, but the defense needs more pieces to make that leap from a good team to a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And honestly, I think Reddick could be that decisive piece. Of course, there are risks, there always are. The negotiation could get complicated, or other teams could enter the mix, but with the cap space we have and the Jets' urgency to resolve the situation, I believe the Lions have a great chance to make this trade happen. And if we do, our defense will be ready to compete with any team in the NFL. I'm eager to see how this story unfolds and really hoping the front office makes the right move. If we can bring Reddick in, I believe we could finally dream of a historic season, maybe even a trip to the Super Bowl.